guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm here today for our first session of Talk to the Doc, and today we're talking about how to manage your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings throughout the holiday season. Now, for some of you, you're like, what are you talking about? The holidays are the happiest time of the year. It's full of joy and love and giving and hope, and that is true for some people. But the holidays can also bring a lot of negative feelings too. For those of us who naturally struggle with depression, for those of us who've lost someone close to us, either throughout this calendar year or previous years, for those of us who may be going through some other changes, like maybe you've moved somewhere new and you're not around your family, or there's changes in your custody and you don't have your child this year for the holidays. There are lots of changes and lots of things that each and every one of us are dealing with internally. And so I wanted to come and talk about some different things that you can do to help alleviate some of the pain that you might be expecting. So what I did was come up with 10 different things to help you cope throughout the holiday season. So if you haven't already, please get something to write with and jot these down so that way you can kind of prepare yourself mentally to be able to work through your thoughts and feelings. So the number one thing and the most important thing to do is get prepared. If you know that you've lost someone throughout this year, if you've had a breakup, if you know that you might feel a little bit lonely, or you already suffer with other mental illnesses, then get prepared. You have to prepare yourself for the emotions that might come through the holiday season. These emotions can be sparked by the songs that come on, by the different events that you attend. Just get yourself prepared to know that this will be different. And it's okay that it's going to be different, but you have to expect the change. So you have to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for what's going to happen. And that's not to give you any anxiety, but that's just to say, I'm going to take away the shock of how much this is going to hurt by knowing already that this might be painful, and that's okay. So that's the first thing you're going to have to do, is get your mind ready for that. If you're going through these thoughts and you're going through these emotions and you know that the holidays bring tons and tons of parties, okay, this is the time of the year that people want to celebrate. So going into the holiday season, it's important for you to know that you might be invited to lots of different holiday events, and some of them you will be expected to be at. But I would say is to map out how many you're willing to go to this year. It's okay not to go to everything. It's okay not to participate in everything. So give yourself a number. Say, this year I'm going to go to only three holiday events. So that can be my work holiday event, the family one, and one with a friend, or only two, or only one. Every year doesn't have to be the same. Once you prepare yourself for those three events that you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do at these three events, this is how long I'm going to be there, and you get yourself mentally prepared for that. If you know that it's going to spark a whole lot of different emotions, then you'll say, okay, I'm only going to stay for an hour, or I'm only going to come and say hello and then I'm going to leave, or I'll play one game and then I'm going to go home. But making sure that you are participating and you're not completely, just distancing yourself from anything having to do with the holidays, but just picking however many makes you comfortable this year. That's the most important thing to do. Now, for some of us, the holidays can be extremely stressful because of the money that's involved. Christmas time is extremely expensive, and it's not just the present buying. It's, the different outfits that you might want to buy for your events. It might be the food or something that you're expected to bring with you to different events, but it's an expensive time of the year. There's a lot of pressure from society to be able to do all of these different things. So knowing that in advance, it's important for you to set a budget, and this budget will be for all of the different things you're doing over the holidays. But knowing how much you're going to spend, especially if there is a lack of money, is really important so it doesn't stress you out. Just know that when it comes to gift giving, it's not about the price that you pay for whatever it is you're giving. It's about the fact that you thought about someone, you paused, and you thought about someone. That's what's important. And so you don't need to feel obligated to do everything you normally do. Give people who mean something to you something. And it doesn't have to be major. Sometimes we walk into the stores and we're like, oh, gosh, this is so expensive, but you don't have to do that. There are certain small little gifts you can give people that are really useful. If you go on YouTube, there's tons of DIY gift giving options that you can make things at home. You can do something as simple as getting a coffee mug from the dollar store and buying 4 coffee mugs, and then getting like a packet of hot chocolate from the store and putting hot chocolate in each of the coffee mugs and some marshmallows and a little card. And then you've given someone, you know, a cup of hot cocoa. Something so simple and not very expensive. Another really great gift that's not too expensive is lottery tickets. If you spend $1 on scratchers or $1 on lottery tickets and you give it to someone in a Christmas card, that's a really nice gift because, for one, it's exciting for them to go ahead and play, and it's, you know, it's a gift in itself if they win. So I think that there are other ways that you can give without having to spend a lot of money. As you know, throughout the holiday season, there's a lot of eating. Food is part of the Christmas season, the holiday season. So if you struggle with depression or even seasonal depression, where you just happen to feel a little lower during certain times of the year, or if you struggle with overeating or just your weight in general, then it's very important to be mindful that food is a big part of the holidays. So prepare yourself for that. So that way you're not overindulging, you're not seeking food to help you cope emotionally with whatever you're going through, and you're not setting yourself up for more disappointment later. Because if you overeat or you overdo it, it'll show in your body. And then that will be a whole nother thing you're going to have to deal with that's going to bring you down. So one little trick that I like to do when I know I'm going to be in situations like this is I drink water. So if I go to a holiday party, before I eat all the food in the buffet, I drink a glass of water. And what that does is helps me to feel a little bit more full, so I'm not overeating. And when you do go to your holiday events and you do see the food, make sure you're eating things that you don't normally eat. Don't eat the same old stuff that you could eat any time of the year. Eat the stuff that's like holiday stuff. Eat the things that are different. Eat the different foods. So for one, you feel good because you're trying something new, or you're trying something that's very seasonal. And two, you're not going to overeat because you're not going to eat all that new stuff and then all the other stuff you normally eat. So just be mindful that food is a temptation for some people, and it is a gateway to feeling more guilty. So just make sure that you're thinking about these things. So number 5, if you're feeling really down during the holidays and you're not feeling like yourself, you're not feeling like doing anything, one thing you should do is charity. It's really hard to be sad when you see other people who are suffering or who are in worse situations than you are. So getting yourself involved in charity will be very helpful to help you kind of refocus and recenter your emotions. And what that looks like is going to like a soup kitchen and volunteering. You can also volunteer at a homeless shelter. You can go to the hospitals during the holiday season and read to the children who are ill. You can do so many different things. I'm pretty sure everyone has a church in their neighborhood that they can connect with, and you can find out how they can use you. But there's always something to give. Every single person has a gift, and you are useful in this world. And there's something that you can do to brighten up someone else's life, especially if you're going through something hard yourself. Be that light for someone else. Number 6, get some rest. You have to sleep. If you're not rested up, then you're not going to be able to function properly. You're going to be more irritable, and you're just not going to be yourself. So make sure that you are taking time out for yourself. Even though it's super busy and it's like, oh, I gotta go shopping, oh, I gotta go do this, I gotta do that, you also need to do some self-care, and you need to rest. So make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night, and you're feeling refreshed in the morning, you're eating well, you're exercising, so that way you feel your best, and all of the holiday stress won't affect you as much. Number 7, you need to do less. You don't have to do everything. The society will make you feel like if you're not running around like crazy, you're not normal, or you're boring, or your life sucks, which is not true. Do less. You don't have to do everything during the holiday season. So if there's some stuff that you normally do, like you go to your yoga class, or you do a whole bunch of different things throughout the week, during the holiday season, take a break. You can take a break. It's okay to do that because you're doing so many other things that it's okay to skip your yoga class for the next 2 weeks because you're going to use that time to do something else. Don't try to fit everything in because that will stress you out. That will trigger underlying emotions that are kind of just sitting there. Don't do that. Allow yourself the space to be able to take care of your holiday obligations without feeling pressure to do all the stuff that you normally do on top of that. So during the holidays, a lot of people meet up with their families. There are some people whose families don't get together except during the holidays. So there can be a lot of anxiety about seeing your family members that you don't normally see, about the questions they may ask you, especially if your life is not, where you want it to be. You may not want those questions. There also are toxic people in some people's families, people that you've had disagreements with, people you've had bad history with, people that are just not that nice but are related to you, and there's a lot of anxiety about being around those people. So the first thing that I like to do before I go around anyone that I don't get along with is pray. I pray beforehand just for God to allow me to be able to handle whatever I have to deal with when I see them. Just to give me peace, to calm my heart, and to allow me to be able to make it through that event. So in these situations, I like to find out who else is going. I'll call other family members and say, hey, are you going to be at so-and-so's house? And if they are, that's perfect. I want to know what time you'll get there so we can get there together. It's really important, if you're really nervous about that sort of thing, to have someone that you can be around. And also just to be able to know what time you're leaving. So if the holiday event at your family's house starts around 6, then say, okay, I'm going to leave at 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock you can go. But setting a time beforehand helps you to know, okay, I only have 2 hours here. I can make it through 2 hours. And then you should also have things prepared to say. So before you go, if you know that this person may confront you about something, then have something ready to say. Something that's non-confrontational and something that's going to go ahead and delay whatever it is that they're trying to do. My favorite thing to say is, we can talk about this later. So if I'm somewhere with a family member and they come up to me and they say, oh, nice to see you here. I see you couldn't make it to so-and-so's birthday event, but I see you're out there on Facebook doing A, B, and C. And I'll just say, we can talk about this later. And I'll get up and I'll go to the kitchen and I'll help someone in the kitchen, or I'll find a kid to play with, or I'll find another family member to play with. But I don't engage, and I just shut it down. And that's the best thing to do, is just shut it down. For me, that's always worked. But, do whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with, but just plan ahead. If you anticipate that someone may approach you with something, then have answers ready to go. And that will help alleviate your anxiety before having to be around those people. Now, number 9 is mainly for those of you who may already struggle with mental illness, is to seek professional help. If you know that you're going through something really, really rough, and no matter what's going on, you cannot shake it, you cannot feel better, you've done all you can do on your end, but the holidays are really making it worse and you just can't seem to get it together, then seek professional help. I always pray and I always ask God to lead me in the right direction as far as who I should be speaking with. But talk to your doctor. If you have insurance, then go ask to see a therapist, and just ask to see someone who you can bounce things off of and who can give you professional help. So that way you can cope with these issues that may be a little bit more intense than the average person. There are so many things that we go through in this world, and you don't have to go through it by yourself. There are people out there who are trained, who went to school just to be able to help you. And so there's nothing wrong, and there's everything right with reaching out and saying, I need to talk to someone. Do that for yourself, because it'll help you so much. And number 10, just have fun. Just have fun. Whatever it is that you're doing, have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be anything major or grand. If you're skipping the holidays this year and going to Hawaii, then do that. And just enjoy whatever you're doing. Tomorrow is not promised to you or to your loved ones. So it's really, really, really meaningful to take the time throughout the holidays to spend with them, to be present in the moment. Get off your cell phone. Get off of Instagram. Get off of Facebook. Get off of your phone. Be with your friends. Be with your family. Or be by yourself. But just enjoy whatever it is that you're doing to the fullest. Because every year is not the same. And a lot of us think that things will always be as they are. And you're wrong. Things are always going to change. And so when you're in the moment, then live in the moment. And that's something that will really help you to enjoy your life. Now, I hope that some of these tips were helpful for you guys. I know the holiday season can be really, really hard. All I can say is to try and stay positive, pray, reach out to people, see what other people are doing. Whatever you do, just try and stay centered and realize that it is a season. It's going to end. But whatever you do, just don't run away from it. If you guys have any comments or any other tips that you would like to share with your brothers and sisters of this world, please leave a comment below. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you all so much for watching and for tuning in to Talk to the Doc. I'll have more videos like this coming up, so I appreciate all of your feedback. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you in the next video. Much love. Mwah. Peace, love, and light.